They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Ezekiel Elliott, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And Ezekiel Elliott, by the way, he was the first Cowboy with a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown in a season opener. He scored both of the Cowboys' touchdowns in that 20-17 loss to the Rams in Week 1. Zeke finishing with 22 carries and just under 100 yards. He had 96 total.
And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now third down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Third down.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Again to Elliott. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll run it with Elliott. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
Cowboys.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Prescott, he's going to find Gallup here complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try to run for it with Elliott. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
He was taken down.
Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup.
And a Cowboy first down.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz it? Do I need to...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
4th down.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
On 1st down, it's Carson, and he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No score.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Here's Wilson to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
They'll try to run with Carson, and he will not be denied. Into the end zone, touchdown Seahawks. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point up and through by Myers, and that makes the score 7-0.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That is Bruce Irvin using that speed to get in there and blow the play up.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2nd and 15.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete.
Prescott
took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he's He's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run on first down. Carson, and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
He's brought down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
On second down now, it's Carson.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Wilson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big. Sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz. And even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz call and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
On third down, it's Prescott. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Chris Jones.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Returning it is Moore. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
bet.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Bang out, bang out, bang, bang.
On first down, Carson. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
He's brought down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now a second down and 6.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that takes us from second to third down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. On third down, Wilson.
Looks for Lockett once more. This time he's got it.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
At the 7-yard line.
19.
Here's Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Oh, Charles, after that interception in the Super Bowl from the 1-yard line, I thought Pete Carroll would run it inside the 5 every time.
Sometimes I wonder if maybe Pete did want to run it inside the 5. But Russell Wilson, you know he's such a competitor that he doesn't want that interception to stand, that maybe he wanted to be in that spot to hold it a second. I can throw a touchdown pass. Instead, he's victimized again.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
And it's third down.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there, and that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 40.
He gives it off to Carson.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
2nd and 11 now.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Shoot!
They run it with Carson. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Hyde in the game. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
2nd and 11.
Check. Hot. Bueller. Jump. Got it.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
At the 4-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
They run again with Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes our score 17-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Now this will make it into the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 30-yard line.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarter.
And Prescott, his third interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
All right, CD, I want to fit in your preseason predictions here. This now our 5th year together in the booth. Hard to believe time flies, but it's an annual tradition that you tell us how you think things are going to shape up in each conference. Let's start with your thoughts on the AFC.
All right, let's start in the East. I like the Bills. In the South, I like Indianapolis despite their loss on opening day. In the North, I like Baltimore. And out West, of course, I like Kansas City. For wild cards, I like the Chargers coming out of the West. I think that in the East, New England is going to get the nod. And then out of the North.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they've made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And a Cowboy first down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The run by Elliott, a good one on first down as he's able to pick up about 6 there.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
An 8-yard pick.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Taken down by Bobby Wagner. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Prescott off play action.
46-yard line.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Intended for Dalton.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And that's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit. Had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Oh, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
The
Seahawks on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 34.
Off of play action, he'll look to throw.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 49. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 44. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
At their own
offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
And shutting him off, now open field. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
Bobby Wagner.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the 26-yard line.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They go to Elliott again. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Ezekiel Elliott.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
And a Cowboy 1st down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The give is to Elliott. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On 3rd down, Elliott. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Running with Elliott. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. Ezekiel Elliott unable to punch it in. And it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game.
Is a turnover on downs.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Third and 2, now Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it? Oh, Prescott stripped.
Today's final score, Seahawks.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle. This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Take flight.